Okay, let's work on searching for ideas. Now, ideally, you want a really robust search so a user can search for an idea and possibly find it before they post a new one to reduce the amount of duplicate ideas. Now, I would probably make use of a service like Algolia to make this happen, as integration with Laravel Scout is pretty straightforward. However, for now, I'm just going to do a very basic search with Livewire. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's add a new variable here called search. Let's add it to the query string. Let's add this reset page. So updating search. Let's add this. Change it to search. Okay. Let's add a wire model on our search input box. So that would be right here. And make sure to use input type equals search, as it gives you extra features like this X button here to clear the search. So we can do wire model equals search. Okay. So now back to here. It's pretty much the same thing as the other filters. We just need an extra when clause for our search. So let's paste that in. And I want to perform the search only if it's at least 3 characters long. So we can do when strlen this search. So let me just grab this, is greater than or equal to 3 characters. So I'm just going to search for the title here, but you can add the description if you want as well. You can use an or where clause, but I'm okay with just the title for now. So we're going to search the title. The operator we're going to use is the like operator. And the thing we're searching for is going to be this search. So whatever the user types in. So let's also put wildcards around this search to make it a bit more dynamic. So strings before whatever the user types in, or characters before whatever the user types in, are searched for as well. So we can add this and this as well. Okay. And I think that's it if I did everything correctly. So let's look for my awesome idea. And that doesn't seem to work. What did I do wrong? Sorry, I have a typo here. Should be wire model. Let's try that again. Hard refresh. Search for my awesome. And again, it still doesn't work. Sorry, I have another typo here. The bracket should be here. Okay, one more try. Let me get rid of this. Hard refresh. And let's search for my awesome. And now it seems to work. So just like the other filters, it should work together with them. So if I were to set a category, so category 1, and we'll search for this text. It should only search for or within category 1, and it does. Let's make sure to handle the case where there's no results. So if I just type gibberish here, we get nothing. So let's go to our ideas index. So this applies to anything, any of our filters, not just the search. So this would be right here. So instead of a for each, let's use a for else. So this would be the same. Let's end a for else instead. And within here is the empty case. So we can just say something like div no ideas were found. And it should render that when there's no results. Okay, cool. So instead of this, I want to render an image here. So Adrian provided this SVG. So let's go ahead and add that. So if you want to see what it looks like, it's right here. And we can check out the SVG. Okay, so that's how it looks like. So let's go ahead and add that. So I'm just going to add some quick CSS here. Class equals MX Auto to center it. I have a width of 70 and a margin top of 12. And this is the text. This also has some classes. So let's wrap it in a div. It's text gray 400, centered text. Oops. Text center, font bold, and a margin top of 6. Okay. And here is where the image goes. So image, source, let's say, let's use the asset helper. And it's within the image folder, no ideas.svg. Or you can paste in the SVG directly, but I'm just going to use an image here. Alt will be no ideas. Class is MX Auto. And let's see how that looks. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And let me just change the blending mode so it's black and white. So I don't think there's a utility for blend modes in Tailwind. So I'll just put an inline style here. Mix blend mode is luminosity. Okay, so that should change it to black and white, and it does. Cool. So when there's no results, display this image, but if there are results, then display the results. And there's still no results for this because we have category 1 selected, but there it is when we select all categories. Okay, as always, let's write some tests for this. I am going to duplicate our other filters test. So let's duplicate it and let's rename it to search filter test. Okay, and let's change the name here to search filter test. Search filter test. Okay, so let's change this, or let's get rid of the other ones too. And we can change this one to searching works when more than 3 characters. Okay, and we don't need 3 users here. This is fine. We have 3 ideas. Or sorry, we have 2 ideas. Let's make one more here. Idea, let's say my first idea, my second idea, and my third idea. Don't need these votes. Okay, so we're testing ideas index. We are setting the search to, let's search for the second one. So let's say second. So the count should be 1, and ideas first, title should be the only result. So let's say my first idea. Hopefully this works, and it does not. Oh, sorry, it's really late here. I'm sure you saw that. Second, this should work. Sorry, not second, my second idea. One more time, and it does pass. So the next one would be for something less than 3 characters. So we can just duplicate this entire test, and let's say searching, or let's just say does not perform search if less than 3 characters. Okay, so we can do pretty much the same thing, but just change the search to anything really, anything less than 3, and there should still be 3 results here, and I don't really care about the second condition. Okay, let's try this, and it does work. And let's do one more here, similar to the other ones we've been doing. I just want to test if it works correctly with any other of the filters. So let's say search works correctly with category filters. So idea 1, idea 2. Did I name this idea 2 as well up there? It doesn't really matter because I'm not using the variables, but let me just change this. Did I use it up here too? I did. So I must have used it in the other files as well. Actually, this other file looks fine, so I think I just did it in here. Anyways, back down here to our test. So this one's going to have category 1, this one's going to have category 1 as well, and this one will have category 2. So let's go ahead and remove this. So let's set the category to category 1. Let's set the search to say first. So these first two, actually let's set it to idea, and it should only search, or the search should only result in these two, because we're also filtering by the category. Okay, so category 1, search first, or sorry, idea, and the count should be 2. And I'm okay with just the count. So let's try this. And we are at green, cool. So let's run the entire test suite here. And everything is passing. Kind of wish there was a way for this plugin to run in parallel, now that that's a thing in Laravel 8. So again, if you forgot, PHP artisan test -- parallel runs much faster because it's using all of your computer's cores. So yeah, let's go ahead and make a commit here. Git add, what is this? 30, git commit, episode 30, search filter.